Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. It is March 22nd, I think. I think that's the date. So, welcome to our daily episode of Conversations of Support. We are, I don't even know on what day of self quarantine, self social distancing, whatever you want to call it. I haven't left the house in over a week, I think. So, but that's okay. But today's topic on for conversations of support is fear. There are two kinds of fear: healthy fear and unhealthy fear. Which one has you under its control right now? So let's talk about how we're all dealing with the fear of the unknown in this uh, um, virus crisis that we're going through right now. So, um, uh, you know, put down in the comments where you're watching from. Let me know what you think about, are you feeling fear? Are you feeling overpowered by that fear? Has it taken control of you, or are you controlling that fear? So fear and panic are two separate emotions. Fear's healthy, panic is deadly. So what that's telling me is that we need to be and accept and acknowledge that we're afraid, right? We're afraid of getting sick. We're afraid if one of our loved ones gets this new virus that's out there. But panic, if we go out and do something drastic or we buy up everything else, we're hurting other people, not letting them stock up on their food and everything. So that isn't going to help either. So, there's a difference between there. I found another quote that I really liked today that says there are two kinds of fear: healthy fear and unhealthy fear. Healthy fear will keep you dependent on God, and it will protect you from pride and self-sufficiency. But there's an unhealthy fear that will keep you on the boat when Jesus is calling you to step out and walk with him on the water. Having faith does not mean you won't experience a sinking feeling. I really find that comforting in a way, to know that um, uh, the fear that we are feeling can be taken in two ways. One, we can either trust God to help us get through it, or we can doubt him, say we're trusting him, but stay on the boat and not try and trust him when he says, "Come walk with me on the water." So, hey Kathleen, thanks for hopping on. So we're just talking. It's not going to be a long super chat or anything like that, but we're just talking about fear. There is good fear and bad fear, and which one are you feeling right now? Are you allowing the bad fear, that overwhelming fear of feeling of panic, control everything? My son AJ, who has, if you know me, hey Christy, Kathleen, and Rob, thanks for jumping in. If you know me, you know my son AJ has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So he is in the high risk category that if he were to get this virus, it could be very hard on him. I myself have my own issues of kidney disease and everything, so that kind of puts me in that category too a little bit. But AJ may think that I am overreacting, and when I'm wiping down groceries and things like that, or the fact that we're not going anywhere and that we're not letting anyone else in the house right now. But on the flip side, he does know, and he does not want to get sick. So he knows we have to have a fine line of not letting that fear of the unknown of what are we going to do if it happens. We will deal with it when it happens, if and when, but we will make every attempt to not let it happen right now. So, the fear for me, the healthy fear, means that we are being proactive, means that we are taking time to figure out how to keep him as safe as possible. And if it means I've got to wipe down all the groceries and things like that, then so be it, right? It's not that much more extra work in a way. So, but if I were to become obsessive about it and let that fear turn into true panic, then our quality of life isn't going to be any better than if he were to get sick, right? Does that make sense? So I've also noticed today that I think because we have been more confined now for a lot of us for over a week now, people on Facebook are starting to get a little snippy with each other and overreacting on some things and taking things really personally. So I think this fear is causing some of our emotions to take control over us. And instead of having us calmly and process everything, it's causing some people to snip back at each other. I don't know if that made any sense or not, but I saw a lot more posts today on Facebook where people were just, snipping. Well, if they yelled at me, I'm going to yell right back at them. Well, that's not what we're doing, and that's not how we should be doing it. But I really think fear is governing those people and their emotions. People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other, and they don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. So I find that's an interesting fear. That has nothing to do with the virus. That is just an everyday people fear, right? And I really do think some people feel threatened by others and have that fear because you don't know that person, how they're going to treat you, how they're going to react to you. What if they do this X, Y, and Z and you don't agree with that, but then we don't talk. I've encountered that a little bit in the last couple of years with somebody who actually tells people that we should be communicating, and yet that's not reciprocated back. So the communication needs to be two-sided to eliminate that fear of not knowing how each other is going to treat one another. I also think in this time right now, I found a quote from Theodore Roosevelt that says, "Do what you can with what you've got where you are," right? Don't second guess ourselves all the time. We are doing the best right now with the information that we have. If it says to stay inside, then that's going to help stop the progression of this virus, then why aren't we doing it? Take that information that we have right now and use it. But when we look back, we can't second guess ourselves and say, well, or blame anybody else. Oh, we should have done this 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, or we should have done it for even longer, So we need to trust that we are making the best decisions for ourselves right now with the information that we have. And I don't know about you guys, but if you all like, let me think here, Star Wars and Yoda, and I should have gone and grabbed my Yoda mask. I have one of those Yoda masks. Do you remember the lady a couple years ago, Candace Payne, and she had bought herself the Chewbacca mask and it made noises, and she was sitting in her car and she laughed? Well, I bought myself one, so I have one. Maybe I'll bring that on one day. But then this past Christmas, I also bought the Yoda mask, so I have both of those. And they're both in AJ's room now, so he kind of took them. But the two Yoda quotes, it says, "Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. And hate leads to suffering." Can't we all understand that? Doesn't that make sense? That fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger, which I've seen a lot on Facebook lately because people are getting angry with each other because of the unknown. And then anger leads to hate. So now we're back to saying, well, this side said this and this side said that. And then hate leads to suffering. So who's going to suffer from all of this? It's all of us, right? The other Yoda quote that I liked was, "When you look at the dark side, careful you must be, for the dark side looks back." Now I should have said that in the tone of Yoda, right? But when you look at the dark side, careful you must be, For the dark side looks back. You let yourself be overcome and controlled by the unhealthy fear. That will become your normal operation. That will become the normal way you treat others, right? And we don't want that. That's not healthy. That's not supportive. So we want the fear of the unknown to make us be proactive, to make us want to follow the guidelines that are being given to us about isolating and stopping the progression of the spread of this virus, right? So my husband went to the grocery store. We are in our home in Ocean Pines, Worcester County. I don't even know if I say that right. Worcester County, Maryland, on the Eastern Shore. Well, the mayor here in Ocean City has, as of 5 o'clock tonight, is closing all the beaches and the boardwalk to try and keep people from going there in crowds, and that makes sense to me. I get it. It's still going to be kind of weird, but this is still the actual safest place for us. But my husband went to 2 different grocery stores today. They were both Food Lion, brands. One was in Selbyville and one was in Berlin. And he was able to still find everything. We're good and well stocked for the next couple of weeks, except for there's still no toilet paper and no bread. It's amazing. So he actually brought some refrigerated dough to make some bread and all of that. There was that. But it's interesting how the fear of this virus is still making people buy up all the toilet paper. So eventually we're going to need some too, but right now we're okay. And right now this is the safest place for us to stay in our home, to keep our son safe and everything. And yes, it's canceling everything. Lots of events already that had been scheduled for Ocean City have been canceled. There's upcoming events that are being canceled and everything. I forgot to say that, like, the mayor is closing the beach and the boardwalk until April 15th, when they will reevaluate things and see what the state of this virus is then. I know we're in Harford County. We're still waiting to hear. We have one more of the initial 2-week closure for school to get under our belts. But we're wondering if they're going to extend it. Most likely, yes. I do know the colleges that my daughters go to, they're all doing online classes now. And my youngest daughter is still having to work. She still has to go in right now, so we'll see how long that goes. But we can't let the fear of all this stop us from totally living. But we need to watch and make sure that fear doesn't become unhealthy. If it makes us become so consumed with panic and worry and anxiety, then that's not good fear. What our healthy fear should do is want to make us be proactive. Only go to the grocery store when you need it. Only let people in your homes, if you have a high-risk family member or friend, limit who you're around, and be conscious of that. And think about those feelings, those people that we know. Take some time to think about your fear in all of this. Is it a healthy fear or an unhealthy fear? You can put in the comments how you're dealing with it. Are you cooking, baking, cleaning house, crafting, whatever? Hubby was able to buy enough food that I'm going to have to redo the pantry, reorganize some things and stuff like that. But since we're not going anywhere, that's fine, right? So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody is handling the fear in a positive manner. And not letting it overwhelm you, in the sense that you become so stressed and anxious that your own health becomes affected. So, reach out to one another. If you need to chat, give me a buzz. You can call me, text me, or send a message. if you would like, if you have a specific topic, and this was an actual a topic that was requested by a friend, so please send me a message if you have a topic you want to chat about. So I'll be glad to do that. So otherwise, we will be back on. I will be back on tomorrow. I'm not cooking. Well, if you know me, I'm not the one cooking. Jim hubby is the one cooking, because if I cooked, we would probably all die from starvation, or some food illness not related to this virus. I'm just saying. So if you need me to provide a dinner for you, guess what you're going to get? You're going to get a gift card to a restaurant that we can get takeout or delivery for you. So, do what helps alleviate that fear for you. And I look forward to our interactions and our chats on here. If you're watching the replay, comment below and let me know how you're handling your fear, and if there's a topic that you would like to talk about for tomorrow. So otherwise, I hope you are enjoying today. I was blessed to be able to watch several different church services. I know not all my friends are religious or spiritual, and that's fine. I'm just sharing that for me and my faith journey, it actually, this whole putting all these services online has actually been a good benefit for me. So I really enjoy listening to all the different sermons out there. Hey, there's one of my girls. Hi, Grace. How are you today? Hey, Miss Elizabeth. How are you? So thank you for jumping on. Do you all like my new glasses? I have my new glasses on. I kind of like them. I think, and I can see. It's amazing how clear everything is. So I'm really excited about that. It hasn't taken me long to get used to them at all. Even though I can tell the prescription is definitely stronger than my old glasses. But, I hope everybody's doing well. And I hope everybody is taking time to spend quality time with our family. And we're not just all holed up in our bedrooms. Although I admit I'm going to be heading off probably to my bedroom by myself so I can turn on the Hallmark Channel and finish watching my Christmas movies, because the boys out here, they don't like any of that. So I get stuck watching their shows. So that's not for me. So I will be going to do that. Having time to do things like that alleviates my fear about the unknown. Right now, I'm not anxious because I know we're taking the precautions that we need for our son, and this is the safest place for us at the moment. So we're doing that, and I hope each one of you is doing that as well. So anyway, let me know if there's some topic that you want to talk about. Put it in the comments. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. It looks like I tend to pop on around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That's usually when I can hide away from the boys for just a little bit, so I can have my time to chat. So if there's a better time for you, let me know. And for those working at home and those doing their schoolwork online, I hope you all get your work done without evicting anybody out of the house. So enjoy the rest of your day, and blessings to all of you. I believe in each one of you. I'm here for each of you. So go out, and if you're around others today, smile. Encourage a positive conversation of support with that person. Be kind to the people working in the stores, and our first responders and our medical people, all of that. Be kind to them and give them grace, and be kind to the ones that are really extra fearful right now and not so happy and not so gracious in how they're speaking to you. So forgiveness is powerful. So but sometimes we have to work on that every day, right? So anyway, I will see you all tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and Meet me back here tomorrow for another episode of our Conversations with Support. Okay? See you all later. Bye.